Hey everybody, Rosematter here, and welcome to my reaction and discussion for episodes 3 and 4 of Made in Abyss Season 2. So, of course, last week I started the new season, or new to me, and it started differently than I was expecting it to. Rather than jumping right in with Riko, Reg, and Nanachi, we actually started with a completely new cast of characters. It seems to be a group of cave raiders from like way long ago, before Orth was even built, so, the city surrounding the Abyss. As they, discovered the Abyss, they discovered the native tribe that lived around the Abyss, and we get to see like their descent, and I guess them kind of learning all the things about the Abyss that our characters now know. So it seems like it's going to jump back and forth between our group in the present time and then this group of cave raiders from the past. And there's probably going to be even more of a connection there because Riko, Reg, and Nanachi, as they got to the sixth layer with this kind of like old looking city, I believe it was like the Golden City, or I think that's what it was called, because that's what the cave raiders were looking for, was this like golden city at the bottom of the abyss. It definitely seems to be the remnants of like a place where people lived. And there was somebody that seemed to be kind of stalking our group and took Riko's white whistle, aka Prushka, and kind of led them to this little society of like these little monsters. I don't know if they're hollows or what they are. I'm assuming, my prediction is that they are the cave raiders that we saw in the past, and for some reason maybe they've been turned into these monsters. The whole thing about the further down you go, you lose your humanity, so maybe it's like a literal version of that. So what these group of creatures want with Riko, Reg, and Nanachi, I'm not too sure. They wanted to bring them there for a reason. So we're gonna continue on. I'm gonna admit, yeah, I'm a little confused right off the hop, but I'm sure we're gonna get some like more explanations about who these creatures are and the connection with everything. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into these episodes, and I will give you guys my thoughts afterwards. So let's watch this a little bit more in detail to see if we can kind of get some hints. And I have, of course, forgotten all of the names of this group of characters. We did see there was the girl with that red hair, who had longer hair, so I'm sure she's going to be quite an important character, especially because it was like she had that, it was like a compass. So she had that compass for some reason that was very important to their group. And then there's that little girl too, who I'm assuming, I mean, like, you see the back and forth, right? Like, those creatures have to be, right? Like, they have to be those monsters. Like, these two are probably going to be pretty important characters to the story. All right, Village of the Hollows. Okay, so yes, they are hollows. Not a shocker there, but yes, I'm very interested to learn more about these hollows. And then this thing is just so strange looking. He's like almost like robotic in comparison to everything else that looks kind of slimy. Oh, they have to go up. Yeah, right? They can't go up the stairs. Yeah, Riko had a little bit of a traumatizing experience the last time she went up some stairs. It is creepy the way that they're just looking at them, though. I mean, they're probably just curious because when's the last time some humans showed up here? Oh, what's it? So it's turning it into. What are you doing with it? I wonder if it's just like. Just making it maybe into something that doesn't look quite as creepy. It's not in its true form. Man, I feel like they're going to be throwing a lot of terms at me here, and it's going to take me some time to understand it. Interesting that that thing can talk. Nobody else seems to be able to talk except it. Right? Yeah, it looks like a robot. Okay, so that's why it looks so different from all the other ones. Oh wow. Okay, so it has like its own like a marketplace. Things and not things can be bartered based on value. So do you have to trade something that you value to get something back? Like the more you value something, do you have to give something of like equal or more value? And that's going to be very high value to her. Okay, yeah. What? She has to wait. No. Oh no. There's the dark stuff, right? Of course. Of course human children have the most value. That seems to be a running theme in this. Oh, creepy. Yep, this show is very good at that. About like it seems all like pleasant on the outside and then stuff about like, oh, you can sell your eyes or your fat. Is that why they took Nanachi and someone took Nanachi and Riko's hair? Because it's got value, but then they stuffed in that thing's butt. I don't know what that was about. I wonder if they have a way to know if you're lying about if you value something more than you actually do. They're so cute. Yeah, right? She's not... Doesn't really have much of a poker face, does she? I guess it's depending on what you want them for, right? Hmm. Interesting. Okay, Well, geez, it just gets weirder. Oh my goodness. Oh, interesting. So it's like a weird, almost like a monkey paw thing where their desires, they become like the manifestation of their desires and like it shows in their physicality. Ah, well, yeah, there we go. He's obviously into smells. He likes smells. Oh man, just rub it in, right? About Mitty. Feels like Nanaji just can't get away from Mitty. Oh no, what? Why? Why does everybody like to molest Reg? Ugh. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna kill him, isn't it? No, 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 I don't want to see this. No. Oh, Menya. Oh, its eyeball. Oh my god, you killed it. Oh my gosh. Well, there's... Oh no. Jesus. Oh my god. That thing probably has no idea what it just did. Oh. Is it still alive? Ooh. Oof. Okay, okay, Menya's still alive. That's good. That's good. Oh, poor baby. Ah. Ugh. What is with this? What is with the obsession with butts and things coming out of butts and going into butts? What is going on here now? Oh, here comes a new thing now. The balancing. Why do I have a feeling it's not going to be something nice? Oh boy. Oh no, did that thing because it fucked around with like something that was of high value to somebody? And now it's going to get punished for it? So what did I say? What did I say? What did I say about things going into like butts and stuff? Like why? Oh, it is. So it's like now it's got to like balancing. So now it's got to get stuff taken away from it. Aw, I feel kind of bad for it. Oh, jeez. Oh, I mean, I I'm not happy with that little thing for like what it did to Menia, but it probably didn't know what it was doing. It's like a kid who plays too rough with a toy and doesn't realize it. Uh, Oh, so it's like something to keep everybody in line. But like, don't fuck around with other people's high value stuff because you're gonna have to pay for it. Oh, 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 Jesus! Oh my gosh! Wow, jeez, that's fucked up. Poor, poor little thing. So it's giving her, well, there we go. So she can go and buy her mom's notebook or the page. Oh, that's good, I guess. So it's like, yeah, let's just forget about the fact that like we just watched something just get ripped apart in front of us. There you go. She's pretty sharp sometimes. A lot of the times, actually. I'm not giving her enough credit. She got over the fact because, like, just she knows nothing about this. She just learned about this whole thing about balancing. She just saw a little thing get ripped apart in front of her, and she's just back to her usual self again. Yeah, well, there you go. It's just like, just put on a face and. She definitely wears her emotions on her sleeve. She's not very good at putting on a poker face. Mmm. Mmm. Man, oh man. Reg would be me. It'd be like, you can say that all you want, but I don't believe you. Wow, Rico. Hey, that's a good way of thinking about it. Rico would be the type to travel the world and she would try everything that people offered her because they're like, it's a culture. Even if it's gross, it's their culture. Oh, no. Why is Rico the only one? Why is she the only one affected by it? Maybe Reg was smart and... what is with the obsession with, like, Rico going to the bathroom? Just, it's weird. I'm probably looking too much into it, but it's just weird sometimes. Especially because that toilet looked like it had teeth and stuff. I know when you gotta go, but like, my goodness, that would be very hard to use that toilet. Thoptum. Alright, so new. Is that a person? Is that a embodiment of value? Usually doesn't show self. Okay. Oh no. Oh no. He's just like, bad smells. Her value will drop. Okay, so he's able to leave, but they can't. Oh, I wonder if that's... That looks like... That's the little thing. The little girl, her. So I'm wondering if the person in that suit is the girl with the red hair. Alright, so we get to see these characters again. Okay, so it looks pretty similar to how it was, the Golden City. I thought that looked really like dilapidated and stuff when Rico and Reg and Nanachi showed up, but pretty similar, even way back then. Oh, and then that's every time, yeah, it's like, welcome. Welcome to a new layer. Shit's getting real. Get ready to die immediately. Oh, wow, that was fast. Okay. That episode went by very quickly. There's a lot of information to take in there. So I'm starting to think I'm starting to get kind of the idea of like the introduction of this Golden City, about how things work, about this whole idea about the value and balancing, and then we do have confirmation that yes, okay, so one of the characters at least is still alive from way back then, looking a lot worse for wear though, looking very feral, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like, she looks, a creature rather than a human girl. It's maybe not a good idea for Reg to immediately go into my goal has appeared. Like, he goes right into defensive mode. Oh, well, maybe they are going to get into a fight right now. Oh, shit. Okay, yep. Oh, she looks more not quite as feral up close. I wonder if Reg and her, like, know each other? Similar to Nanachi, like a hollow, but very. Yeah, exactly. Even kind of looks a little bit like Nanachi. Even kind of a similar. Oh, so she does know Reg. And definitely had a relationship or like a, an affection for him. So yeah, I don't think that thing in there is not that redheaded girl. Oh, okay. She's like, let me take you away. We have to talk. Well, Reg just got taken away for a while. All right, well, now I'm a little confused right now. Immediately start off. So then, okay, so we got that. And then at the beginning of this, we've got this girl, and she's all like, her hair's all long, so maybe she's being kept captive somewhere. We're probably going to get a shot right back to when this starts up again, and I bet we're going to have to deal with Rico being on the toilet. What if the whole episode is just like shooting, going back to her? I feel like there's some weird there's some weird fetishes potentially going on with whoever made this. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but I'm like, I know that it jumps back and forth between like dark stuff and lighthearted stuff, but I'm like, there's some weird focuses on certain things, and I'm like that. Maybe I'm just too much of a prude. I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like that's a weird thing that they seem to keep coming back to with Rico. I was like, I want to know more about all of this other stuff here. It's funny how it's like I watch the intro and I see things that I didn't see before until like, the Fapta. Uh, she's right here in the opening and I didn't like notice that. Friend. All right, so this will probably be like a Reg Fapta. Stop calling her nice smelling. So weird. So weird. They must know inherently what it is. Yeah. It's like otherwise you could just lie about it. Okay. Well, that confirms that. I was like, well, I mean, Mitty doesn't really factor in at this point, right? Oh, God, ew. But, like, she's not going to give up her friends as, some, as, like, payment. Oh. Well, maybe with her we can finally get some background into Reg. What does that mean? Why? That's another weird thing. Is like they just love touching Reg's belly button area. Ooh. And stabbing it potentially. Ah, like that's another weird. Ah, poor Reg. Why? Is that blood that you could have? Ugh. It's this is weird. This is really weird. I was like, could you not have gotten the blood from Reg anywhere? Could you not have made a little nick somewhere else? Does it have to be there? What's a Haku? Okay. Oh no, don't, no, no. Fucked. No, no, no. Jeez. Obsessed with just the whole lower part of just the fact that she said you're Foptas. Like they must have had a quite close relationship if she was like, let me check down there and see if you're the same. He's like, you are weirding me out. What does that mean? Living in the same time as the hematod. Even when they die, you'll stay the same. What does that mean? Did she feel like he abandoned her? Like he just disappeared and she doesn't know where he went? Oh no. And she might go nutso. Poor Reg, he's just like, maybe if people would stop poking at my wounds, then I'd heal up. Oh, he's got a little something to her. See, it's so beautiful right now. Why it's probably gonna do like a jump cut to just Rico in the bathroom. It's so pretty though. God, I said that as a joke. I said that as a joke. I hate this. Why? Why do we need to? Why did this need to happen? I. Ugh. There's so many potential fetishes going on right now, probably. Like, if there's a reason to keep Rico away from everybody and separate them, like, did that have to be the. Oh my goodness. She's like, I know, you do that. That happens to you a lot for some reason. Well, I'm glad Menya's doing much better now. I was so afraid back in the other episode. I'm like, well, that's the end of that. We have a character dead 3 episodes into the season. Uh-oh. Did she do something she wasn't supposed to there? Because she knows deep down there's something weird about this place and they are potentially dangerous. Wonder if she's on her way to get her mom's page. That must be so awkward just to be like, I guess they're like the, they're like an attraction. What are you gonna see? You're probably gonna see something horrible, or that's really, it's like the equivalent of going down like the wrong alleyway at night, and be like, oh shit, oh no, oh god, what are they doing? Oh god, it's like, oh that's no, no, that's really, oh I don't like this, nope, ugh. Oh, this is very uncomfortable to watch. Oh god, they're just like molesting her. Oh, they like brought her down into. There's so much wrong with this. There's so much wrong with this episode. I don't. And don't do that. Like, don't. Oh no, come on now. Ah, are they gonna like kill? Oh, Ma's still around. Oh. Oh shit. I call it Ma. I don't know if that's what it is. I mean, it's like a Pokemon. It just says its name over and over again. Don't? Okay. Maybe it feels guilty about what it did, so it wanted. I thought it was dead. I thought it got ripped apart. That's the balancing, right? So this Ma thing might end up being potential friend? Or does it just really like Menya and wants to keep it? Oh, because her helmet's gone, does that mean that gets more she gets more money for it? Stop looking at his butthole. What are you doing? Me too. That's me. That's me watching this whole show is I'm even more confused now. I don't think she'll feel as bad about this one if she gets money for that. I don't know what is its deal? Why is it always like having like a mental breakdown? Is does Menya remind Ma of something when it was human? No. It is like a Pokemon, pretty much. She's like, hopefully this won't make me horribly sick. Okay, thank you. I just like the idea of how many times he's had to tell her this whole diarrhea thing because it happens to her a lot. Of course there is. And I like that Rico, no matter where she goes, she just makes friends with people or hollows. I mean, she ate that other thing without a problem. That the stew that literally was green and had flies around it. That thing just looks like a fried. I don't know. It looks like a really kind of weird looking bloomin' onion or something. Maybe they have to give a small spoon, otherwise they would just gorge themselves. Or because it's spicy. And she's like, I have to go to the bathroom again. Especially if it's spicy. Oh, it can speak her language. Yeah. Interesting. Okay. So it's interesting that's a like a whole village of hollows, but they have a lot of one of the three sages, like one of the has a lot of interesting little things about it. It is kind of a bummer that so far it seems like the three main characters have been kind of apart from each other. I really like their interactions together, but I guess it allows more things to happen. Um, it's like where they can all have their own experiences. That is kind of it's really creepy looking. It's like a Medusa. Mitty! What? No. Oh, Mitty. I say no because, like, it just feels like it's suffering again. Like, you couldn't put it out of its misery? Okay, we're getting the flashback to. Okay, so maybe we'll see what happens. Oh. So there. So that's what she was at the beginning. Okay, so she is kind of like a prisoner somewhere. Interesting. So is this present time? Is she somewhere in the village? Huh, okay. That was, wow, so Minnie's back. Huh, I don't even know how, why? It just feels like Nanachi went through so much to move on from Mitty and be able to travel and, do things without having to worry about it. And now it feels like Nanachi now is just going to be trapped. Because, like, it's just going to be right back to how it was before where Nanachi had to look after Mitty. And does this Mitty still suffer like the previous one? A lot of questions. All right, so interesting couple of episodes. There are some things that were a little strange, things that I'm like questionable. I'm assuming that they were in the original manga, but still, I'm just like a lot of weird stuff that just kind of made me side eye a little bit. But let's not worry too much about that. Let's focus on like the interesting and the good stuff. Because it did introduce a lot of new concepts with these episodes. So we really got to see that this is like a true little society with a marketplace, with its own belief systems and like its value system. That was the big thing, is the idea of value there, that value is currency. And the more that you value something, that you can offer it up as actual like currency. And that, I feel like that comment about how a human child is very, very high value and that you can, like, with Riko, she's high value and she can offer up either, like, what do they say, like her eyes or her fat or stuff like that. I feel like that might be coming back. And then the whole idea of the balancing, where if somebody takes something of value to somebody, then they have to pay it back with something that is high value to them. And I guess if they don't have something that is high value enough, they have to literally pay with their body, as was the case with Ma. Very happy that Menya managed to survive, but and I'm glad Ma survived too. But that was a really harrowing experience, and of course, they just did that mood whiplash really well, where it was just like, oh, here's this little thing of hollows, this like little society of hollows, and they seem to be, interested and, maybe not friendly, but they don't seem to be dangerous. And on the surface, it doesn't seem so bad, like they're living in their own way. And then you see that happen with Menya seemingly dead and Ma being ripped apart to have to pay it back. And yeah, that whole thing about Riko being like basically molested in the alleyway, and then they had to pay the balancing. It was interesting that's I've forgotten what its name was. They said that creature's name like 50 times in these episodes, and I can't remember it. Go figure. The snake robot looking thing was about how, like, because Riko is very high value or something, that harm shouldn't come to her, and it did anyway. So she is not safe. And I guess that's the case, is you're never safe in this world. The big thing was the Fapta, which was that little girl that seemed to have been transformed into a hollow similar to Nanachi, one who looks sort of human, but also sort of like an animal, but has maintained its humanity a lot, and more importantly, knows Reg and seemed to have a relationship with Reg. The two of them seem to have been quite close before he disappeared, and that's like, what was their relationship? What was going on there? Didn't really get too many answers because Ray got, understandably kind of skeeved out by her and just took off before he could get some answers. And then there was the girl with the red hair, whose name I should probably learn at some point. She seems to be, maybe she provides sustenance or power or something to the village. You could see she had all those things around her, all the wires. She had like a collar over, so she's basically being held captive. Where she is, I don't know. And then, of course, the big thing is the return of Minnie. That is, it was thinking about like Nanachi, that was her treasure. But I feel like having Minnie again is going to, what was the thing they said at the end, where it's like, once you find your treasure, it implied that it was not a good thing that happens. So I don't know, like, I feel like that's Nanachi might not want to leave. Is gonna maybe regress to before, when like she couldn't really do anything, was just about taking care of Minnie. So I don't know, quite interesting. So yeah, we learned a lot about this world. So definitely still some things that are confusing, and then I don't know what to think. Like, some of these hollows don't seem to have very good intentions, but most of them seem to be okay. But yeah, definitely some stuff that weirded me out too. I was just like, really, did we have to focus on like Riko getting sick from the food, and so the whole thing with Ray just getting molested, Riko getting molested, was like all the things about the creatures, their desires. That's another thing. Their desires basically manifesting into their physicality. So it's almost like they're into some weird stuff, like the one about like having wires through it. One likes to rip things apart. One likes to be stepped on. I'm like, all the fetishes are in these episodes. So hopefully the next couple will be a little less out there like that, and we can just focus more on like learning more about this world and this golden city and all that stuff. But definitely learn some interesting stuff, and new characters that like Fapta and Ma. So anyway, that is going to do it for me. Hopefully I covered everything I wanted to cover. My mind is just focusing on the weird stuff, and it's hard for me to remember the other stuff, to be honest. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction and discussion for episodes 3 and 4, and stay tuned next week for episodes 5 and 6. Until then, bye. Special shoutouts to my top tier patrons: Kiori Makoto, SM, Revealing Storm, Tequila Mockingbird, Asborn Kennedy, Harry Gazif, iCognito, Jared Fan, Joel Oostman, and Zoran Ether.